Ever wondered how big a hero can be when they're smaller than a speck of dust? Today, we're shrinking down to uncover the incredible origin of one of DC Comics' most brilliant minds and mightiest heroes, the Atom. Get ready to dive deep into the quantum realm as we explore how the man named Ray Palmer became a legend. Before he was a superhero, Ray Palmer was a genius. A physicist at Ivy University, he was utterly captivated by the mysteries of the universe, specifically the idea of matter compression. He theorized that if he could just find a way to harness the energy from a white dwarf star fragment, he could manipulate the very space between atoms. It was a concept so far-fetched, so scientifically ambitious, that many of his peers thought it was pure science fiction. But Ray was persistent. He believed the key to unlocking a new frontier of science lay within this dense, stellar material. His obsession led him to acquire a piece of a white dwarf star that had crashed on Earth. Day and night, he worked in his lab, experimenting, failing, and refining his methods. He was trying to create a special lens that could focus ultraviolet light to shrink objects. The problem was, every object he tried to shrink became unstable and exploded. It was a dangerous, frustrating process. He nearly gave up multiple times, thinking his life's work was a dead end. But a true hero's journey is often paved with failure, and Ray Palmer was about to prove that. The breakthrough came during a moment of crisis. Ray was leading a group of students on a spelunking trip when a cave entrapped them deep underground. With air running out and no hope of a conventional rescue, Ray knew he had to take a desperate gamble. He remembered his unstable shrinking lens back in his lab. In a moment of pure inspiration, or perhaps desperation, he realized his mistake. He hadn't accounted for the need to stabilize the molecular structure of the object being shrunk. Racing against time, he jury-rigged his equipment right there in the cave. Using the lens he happened to have with him, he took the ultimate risk. He turned the shrinking ray on himself. He gambled that by controlling the process with his own will, he could maintain his molecular integrity, and it worked. He shrank down to a mere 6 inches tall, small enough to slip through a tiny crack in the rock that was invisible to the naked eye. He escaped, and as the Atom, he returned to normal size and was able to save his trapped students. This near-death experience wasn't just a successful experiment. It was the birth of a hero. From that day forward, Ray Palmer's life changed forever. He refined his technology, creating a suit with special controls built into his belt. These controls allowed him to instantly alter his size and, more importantly, his weight. This is a key part of his powers that often gets overlooked. The Atom doesn't just get smaller. He can control his mass. He can shrink down to the size of an atom and still weigh 180 pounds, allowing him to deliver a punch with the force of a speeding bullet. Or he can become virtually weightless, allowing him to ride air currents or even travel through phone lines by converting his body into electrical signals. This transformation from brilliant scientist to superhero wasn't just about gaining powers. It was about finding a new purpose. Ray Palmer, the man who was once confined to a laboratory, could now explore worlds beyond human comprehension. He could travel through the bloodstream, shrink between molecules, and navigate the vast subatomic universe. He called this strange, psychedelic landscape the microverse. His scientific curiosity was now his greatest weapon and his greatest adventure. As the Atom, Ray joined the ranks of the Justice League of America, becoming a crucial member of the team. His unique abilities made him an invaluable asset. Need to perform microscopic surgery on a teammate? Call the Atom. Need to disable a villain's complex circuitry from the inside? The Atom is your man. He proved time and time again that size has nothing to do with strength. His intellect and his powers made him one of the most versatile and powerful heroes in the DC universe. He fought alongside giants like Superman and Wonder Woman, proving that a hero's impact is measured not by their stature, but by their courage and ingenuity. But being a hero came with its own set of challenges. Ray had to balance his life as a physicist, a university professor, and a superhero. He kept his identity a secret, even from his longtime love interest, the sharp and capable lawyer Jean Loring. This double life created immense personal strain. The man who could manipulate the building blocks of the universe, often struggled to manage the complexities of his own human relationships. His stories were often a blend of high-concept sci-fi adventure and deeply personal drama, exploring themes of identity, sacrifice, and the weight of keeping secrets. Over the years, the Atom's legacy has grown. Ray Palmer wasn't the first hero to bear the name that honor belongs to the Golden Age hero Al Pratt, a tough brawler with no shrinking powers, but it was Ray who defined the identity for generations of readers. His scientific approach to superheroics set him apart. He wasn't an alien, a god, or a billionaire with advanced gadgets. He was a scientist who used his intellect to push the boundaries of what was thought possible, and in doing so, became a hero. Later, the mantle of the Atom would be passed on to others, like Ryan Choi, another brilliant scientist, and of Ray Palmer. This passing of the torch showed that the idea of the Atom, the concept of a hero who proves that even the smallest person can make the biggest difference, was a legacy worth continuing. Ryan brought his own unique perspective and skills to the role, honoring Ray's work while forging his own path. So, the next time you think about the biggest heroes in comics, remember the one who can become the smallest. Ray Palmer's journey from a dedicated physicist to the Atom is a timeless story about the power of human intellect and the endless drive for discovery. He taught us that with enough curiosity and courage, there are no limits to where we can go or what we can achieve, even if it means shrinking down to see a universe hidden in plain sight. He is a testament to the idea that true heroism isn't about how big you are, but about the size of your heart and the power of your mind. What do you think is the coolest application of the Atom's shrinking powers? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into the microverse, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more superhero origins. See you next time.